Was Vic Braden a great tennis coach who studied the pros and used science and physics and computers to determine how to hit a tennis ball? In this video, I will answer that question. Okay, here's Vic on how to hit a forehand. Notice that the racket is up just before contact. Now here's a couple of pretty good pros. Notice that the racket is parallel with the forearm or slightly down. Okay, now here's Vic's follow through. Notice that the hand is way over his head, the racket's pointing straight up, and he catches his racket to stop the follow through. Okay, here's Monfils, what a great player he is, and take a look at his follow through. Straight to the back fence, it never goes straight over his head. His hand never does. Okay, let's take a look at Djokovic, same thing. His racket winds up to the back fence, so what's the deal here? The reason, of course, is that the tennis stroke is circular. It's not a straight line going forward, like so many tennis teachers teach. Let's take a look at Simone and see what she does with her follow-through. Well, Vic had computers and videos to study these pros. Why would his follow-through go straight up in the air and the pros to the back fence? Well, here's Vic's follow-through again. Ooh, that just doesn't look right. Sorry. Okay, here's Vic's two-handed backhand instruction. His racket drops, but he should have taken the step well before the racket dropped. He just looks stiff, like he's not ever going to hit a two-handed backhand. Now here's Zverev and Murray, and look, they've taken their step. They look active, like they're going to smash it. In both cases, they've dropped their lead shoulder so they can really use their arms to get into the ball, and their weight is forward. Now look at Vic's two-handed backhand again. It is stiff, straight up and down. This guy's never going to hit a two-handed backhand. Vic teaches that when your racket drops, you sit in an imaginary chair. This guy completely forgot to do it. Here's one of Braden's models sitting in the imaginary chair. Plus, look at her follow-through in the end. Oh my God, it's horrible. Her hand is way up over her head, and her racket is facing straight up to the moon. Okay, here's Vic's contact from the front. I'll tell you for sure that that ball is glued on that racket. It's not really a hitting position, because if he tried to hit like that, he would never hit a two-handed backhand. Notice that both feet are pointed to the side fence. That's a sure sign that he's going to be getting knee surgery if he actually does hit a two-handed backhand like this. Okay, here's the pros' contact from the front view. Look at their shoulders are dropped, their bodies are active, their step is in, their weight is forward, their arms are wound up and ready to go, and their feet are not going to the side fence. Okay, here's another Vic model with a glued-on contact point in the left and his follow-through. No professional tennis player on the Earth or Mars has ever had a follow-through anything like this. Okay, here's Serena's follow-through. Now, I always say the best thing to do is to copy professional tennis players because they know the best. And this follow-through is nothing like Vic's follow-through. Her follow-through hits her in the back. Okay, let's take a look at Del Potro's follow-through. It's the same. It goes all the way around, and it's going to hit him right in the back. Okay, here's Vic's follow-through again. I have no idea where he got this idea. He must have been dreaming one night when suddenly... Okay, again, take a look at Del Potro's finish and Serena's finish. They're all the same, and all the pros do it the same way. So what exactly was Vic studying? I don't know. Okay, here's Vic's model again, showing how to hit a one-handed backhand. Okay, he's stiff-legged. He forgets to sit in the chair on the drop. Oh, by the way, don't sit in a chair when you're doing your drop. That's a horrible tip. Okay, let's take a look at Tsitsipas. He's got a beautiful one-handed backhand. His leg action and his follow-through are completely different than Vic's horrendous follow-through. Okay, let's take a look at Tsitsipas's follow-through one more time. Okay, Vic gives us a pathway that a racket should follow when we're hitting a backhand, or actually a forehand, same thing. Now here's the true golden mean pathway of tennis that all pros use. It's 20 degrees into the ball and 50 degrees up at contact. Two different distinct directions. Well, the jury is back, and the conclusion is Vic was a nice guy and a funny guy.